Well, I left Pachuca back in 2002 and I came to Hays, Kansas for a job interview. My job was to be building airplanes on an assembly line. Every day I'd watch them beauties fly by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, 'cause I always wanted me one that was fast and sleek. One day I devised myself a plan that should be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. Now getting caught meant getting fired, but I figured I have it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a plane worth at least 200 grand. I get one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna fly around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. So the very next day when I clocked in with my big lunchbox and help from my friends, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gears. Now I never considered myself a thief, but Randy wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. The first day I got me a landing gear, and the next day I got me a rudder and a cowl. Then I got me an engine and all of the ribs. The little things I could get in my lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and rivets and such, but the big stuff snuck out of my buddy's mobile home. Now up to now my plan went alright, till I tried to put it all together one night, and that's when I noticed that something was definitely wrong. The main spar was a revision 12 and the wing skin was a 22, and when I tried to put it together all the holes were wrong. So I drilled more holes so that it would fit, and with a little help from a uni bit, I had that wing looking straight and true. Now the fuselage was another sight. I had one string on the left and two on the right, but when I looked a step back, everything looked alright. The back end looked kinda funny too, but I put it together, and when I got through, well, that's when I noticed that I only had one strobe light. About that time my wife walked out, and I could see in her eyes that she had her doubts, but she opened the door and said, "Honey, take me for a spin." So we flew to Wichita to get the airworthiness, and I headed her right down 19 right. I could hear everybody laughing on the radio. But up there at the FISDO they sure didn't laugh, 'cause it type it up, it took the whole staff, and when they got through all the papers weighed 60 pounds. I got it one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna fly around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. Yeah, Red Outbound, this is the Maverick in the turbocharged Rams, come on. This is the Maverick, and negatory on the cost of this machine there, Red Outbound. You might say I went right up to the factory and picked it up. Cheaper that way. Haha, yeah. So what model is this? Well, it's an S4, S5, S6, S7, S9, S10, S12 aeroplane. It's an S14, it's an S16, it's an S17, and an S18, an S19, an S20, and a 21 aeroplane.